Hello, this is Styles. Thank you for joining me today as I play a little more ArcheAge Classic. Gonna do me a little bit of a trade pack run from out here in Rokhala. Gonna go all the way to Solis so I can get 70 gold per larder here. And I store them in my silo here in Rokhala. Now I'm gonna get running on the road. Let me close my trunk. I think it's silly that some people, they like to drive with their trunk wide open. So I'm running also with my guild, my family, my beautiful wife and my twin sons. We've been playing ArcheAge for a long time, ever since launch, so it was good to see that someone brought out ArcheAge Classic for us. Fortunately, we have not yet built our own cars. These are rentals from Iris. But I believe today's the last day that we could rent, and then we're going to be waiting until they rework Iris to level 3. Now this is a long run through Rokhala. Of course, if you have money, you could buy some of this expensive land. Sometimes it's for sale, but 16 normally goes for around 18 to 20 grand out here. It's a little expensive. So we're almost to our way out of Rokhala into Rookborn. Of course, Rookborn's in peace. In Legacy, we used to be able to do these pack runs when Rookborn wasn't even in peace because no one really cared that you did it. But in ArcheAge Classic, you got a lot of pirates, green pirates, and just people that want your packs all the time. So it's not safe to go through when it's at war or in either of the conflict levels of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you see the timber coupe has no problem climbing that hill up out of here. The other cars, sometimes you need a little bit of that poop juice and hit that R button. I've seen the S200s, most of the time they need to use that button to get up the hill, but sometimes they don't. As far as the buses go, I don't know, I don't have one. Yeah, you just go through these mountains a little ways and then come up this little peak here. And you slow down just a tad here so you don't go tumbling. Of course, these people planting all this illegal stuff all the time nowadays. It's funny stuff. Oh, my car didn't go the right way anyway. but if you turn your wheel to the left or the right, 90% of the time you will land right side up. But there's always that 10% chance you might not. In which case you need another person to try to flip you. Gonna check on the family here before I keep going. Let's see, they'll be coming down any second now. Sometimes we get stuck in these brambles and it don't matter if you're right side up or upside down. You might have to use the rider's escape, but not always. Let's see. I think everyone's okay. Yep, they're ahead of me now, so I'm gonna start going through Rookborn now. Okay, so you gotta dodge these deer or they will spin you out, flip you off the side of the mountain here if you ain't careful. Of course there's a lot of illegal trees, but at least in this area they're not allowed to plant them on the road. But one thing they do plant on the road in some places is like cows and stuff to try and stop people. They'll put a bunch of chickens and whatnot. Who knows what they decide that day. So far it looks like they're not doing it today. Pretty easy trip once you get down that mountain. The hardest part now is just the time it takes to get all the way to Solis, but these larders are worth 70, 72 gold, depending what you have. Cheese is usually 71, but that's at the 130% mark, and the honey would be 72 at the 130% mark. We don't run the other larder, the salve larders, because they want a lot of ginseng. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, one more little hill to fall down on here. You want to slow down here because you don't want to go flipping all over here. There we go. Now you could go full speed around this giant tree trunk here. Another tree trunk to go around. Just gotta watch out for the little sporadic brambles that get in your way here. Of course, since this is a rental timber coop, it's not as good as what we had in the past on Legacy and Unchained. But when we do get done building our own cars again, we will have, we'll be able to rework this timber coupe into a redwood roadster, which allows you to put crest prints on it, and it's a little faster and just overall better. I think I got him up there. Perfect timing. I think I helped him get up straight. That's one of my sons right there. my 20s. This is a fun hill to go down. But unfortunately, there's the governor, so the top speed is pretty low compared to the old days of ArcheAge. Right now I'm at 24. I think you get topped off at 30 meters a second here. And then the governor kicks in. Yep, see how it stopped? This is a sharp turn. There we go. Now we're going to go through Villanelle next. And Villanelle will take us through Mahadevi afterward. Just a big hill to climb up here in Villanelle, basically. After we get out of Lutsong Harbor, that is. That house there is for sale for 45,000 gold. It's a 16 house. Don't know who's gonna pay 45,000 for it, but hey. Alright, now we're leaving Lutsong again. Sometimes you gotta worry about a freighter coming the opposite direction and getting in the way on that bridge. Or maybe even another car. On this ArcheAge Classic, a lot more people got the S200 instead of this timber coupe because they like the extra pack. I like the versatility of this timber coupe as opposed to the big boat S200, I call it. I just run one less pack, which is okay. And right now this run I'm running with 3 larders inside, 1 on my back, 2 in the trunk. That's 210 gold plus that I'll get in 8 hours after turning them in. Now we're almost out of Villanelle. We'll be heading into Mahadevi. Uh-oh. Ran into a snowbird. T-boned her. All because that carriage turned her. That's alright though. We recovered nicely this time. Didn't flip all over the screen like you sometimes do. You gotta watch out for this little dog. Sometimes he's in the middle of the road. Alright. Now we gotta go west out of this place, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump off right here through this bush. Usually keeps you right side up. Sometimes you might flip around, but it's okay. Then we're gonna go into City of Towers to cut through. Pretty easy to get through the City of Terrors here. Once you learn this route, you'll always remember it. Okay, so now here we leave City of Terrors, finish out the rest of this Mahadevi map, and we'll be in Solis and head to the gold trader down by the beach. Well, the harbor, I guess you would call it, not much of a beach. You get good speed going down these hills. And in a timber coupe, you get good speed going up hills most times. If you're ever pressed for time, you could always hit this R button to speed up. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and spit up the mountain. Sometimes you'll blow your engine, which sucks, but you get yourself a handy dandy little frost breath coolant to cool your engine when you blow it. If you overblow your engine, you could actually destroy your car, and then it costs 50 Shadigan sand to repair it. And if you don't have Shadigan sand from having like a beach house or anything like that, then you have to buy it from either the auction house or the general merchant. But the general merchant, it's 1 gold a piece, so you're talking about 50 gold just to repair this thing. Now we're gonna go up this little incline here. You want to hit this little dip coming up here, kind of like a little channel, so you could avoid all these trees around here. There we go. So here we go into Ostera now. We're going to go down near the water. In the old days you used to go left here, but nowadays you go to the right because they made these port outlets, and they made up these port outlets at some point. Uh-oh. Me and Snowbird almost had a tangle. Well, you gotta open your trunk before you stand up. Make sure your eyeball is on, or someone will come and steal your vehicle and get it destroyed. See that? That was 70 gold. Whoa, it just dropped real fast to 68. Who else? Oh, that's the honey. A lot of people are running honey. It's down to 121%. So alright, we'll despawn the vehicle, and then we're gonna go back to Rokhala here. Let's see. There it is. To the community center, since that's close to our place, until we could get our own Rokhala land someday. Now we're back in Rokhala. We're ready to do another run, but that was the Rokhala to Solis run, the way we did it. Darn piece of Rookborn, and we still got one more load to get out this time. Since we only have a few spots, like right now I only have 3 8x8s out where I can plant 3 larders every 3 days. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. You gotta make lots and lots of gold someday, so I'm just going to load this up again and go one more time, since that's all I have for today. So that was, just wanted to show you all the run between Rokhala and Solis. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share, like, and comment. Goodbye.